Hello everyone, and welcome back. It's time to leave Louisiana and do the long 2-day drive north.
Take the second left onto Louisiana 22 East. In a quarter mile, turn right onto Louisiana 444 East.
Left Louisiana and entered into Mississippi. Going through Jackson right now. Right now we're about, I don't know, 10 or 15 miles south of Memphis. So we'll cross over into Tennessee for a little bit then. 45 degrees out, 961 miles to go, which would, if I could drive straight through, would take me 14 hours and 34 minutes. Just crossed over into Tennessee. About 20 minutes to 1. I'm going to have to stop up here and get something to eat because once you get through West Memphis here, there is nothing for quite a ways. That place was extremely busy. I just went and got a Subway sandwich. Looks like somebody was out duck hunting today. Getting fuel for the second time today. 2:34 in the afternoon. 804 miles to go before I get home. I just want to make it through St. Louis tonight and then I'll find a place to stay. According to my GPS, we're in a 28-minute slowdown because of a crash ahead. Just what I needed when I've been in the car all day long. Well, I got a room at the Super 8 here in Bowling Green, Missouri. I came next door. I'm filling up with diesel right now. Diesel was just a few cents under $4 in, I don't know if that was Tennessee or Arkansas. Anyway, here it's $3.39. Well, it's not a very big room, but it'll do. I just need to be able to take a shower, watch some TV, sleep. I'll be back on the road in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It's 5:45. Just leaving the hotel right now. Let's head up to the farmhouse. Well, since everybody wants to know about the truck, we'll talk a little bit about it. It's a 2009 F-250. It rides about the same as my King Ranch, which is an F-350, because this one has a 6-inch lift in it and 37-inch tires. The truck itself has 180,000 miles roughly. The motor was rebuilt 22,000 miles ago. So it has the 6.4, which everybody complains about, but everybody complained about my 6.0 also. And that one we're sitting at 319,000. So what really drew me to this truck was, first of all, how it looked. Second of all, that motor was fully rebuilt. I mean, everything was done on it. And it's from Louisiana, so it has zero rust. So I can easily get 100,000 miles out of this truck. And it should still look like a truck and not look like the King Ranch, which is horribly rusty right now. When I bought it, it had just a straight pipe, and then it had a bed stack, so the exhaust came up behind right up to the front of the box. So I brought that in when I was in Louisiana, had them remove that. The original owner had the 5-inch pipe, because this has 5-inch all the way back. And then they ordered a 5-inch muffler. It's a 26-inch. Basically, you know, just open all the way through so it doesn't ruin any of the performance, but it did deaden down the sound somewhat. I didn't, you know, I talk when I'm in the cab like this, and I can't have it super loud. So yeah, and I seem to be happy with what they did. It still has a rumble to it, just not quite as loud. The tires that are on here right now, which will have to be, it maybe has half tread on it. They're 37, 13.5 R20s, and they're Nitto Terra grapplers, I believe. And when I get different ones, I'm going to get the Nitto Ridge grapplers, because they're quieter. They don't have quite the aggressive tread on them, but they're supposed to be quite a bit quieter on the road. I've gotten several questions in the videos and on the community Facebook about, am I going to lower the truck, get it more stock? And it's like, no, I'm not. I would have never bought it if I didn't want this. So it's going to stay the same. One thing that we are going to put on here, it has no step to get into the truck. So I've been doing research, and the ones that I think will be the best are the AMP Research. They're a power step. You know, you open up the door and they'll drop down. They seem to have a pretty far drop, 6 inches to stand on, because, you know, it's hard to get into this thing, and it definitely needs steps. But I don't want steps that are sitting just right below the door, because that's not going to do any good. Definitely need something that will drop down. A lot of people have asked if I checked the antifreeze, and yes, I did. It's good to 37 below, so definitely going to want to add a little bit more, but that should be good for right now. Another question I get is about the block heater. I looked it up. They all come with block heaters, but the ones sold in the South do not come with the cord that you plug plug in. So we already ordered the cord. I had that delivered up to the farm before I even came down, and I do have it with me. You really don't need to plug your diesel in unless it's going to be 20 below or something. I mean, she'll start. She just don't like it. But I'll definitely put that cord on. And I'm also not going to drive this truck all the time like I did my King Ranch. I'm going to drive Old Reliable for a lot of my work stuff, keep the miles off of this one, and when Old Reliable dies, I'll probably get another F-150 used to buzz around for work or whatever I'm doing. We'll just have to wait and see what happens at that time. There are a couple of things that I want to get done to the truck. I definitely have to bring it in and have them plug in and reprogram the computer because it never got reprogrammed with the 37-inch tires. So right now, 64 miles an hour is 75 miles an hour. I'm just using my GPS right now to tell me how fast I'm going. And this doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the King Ranch had, like the heated seats and everything. And it doesn't have a temperature and a compass. And that drives me crazy. So I'm going to get one of those mirrors that has the temp and the compass right in it, and then, you know, run the sensor up behind the front bumper or up to the front of the truck, and then I'll have that back. All the lights were switched out to LED, so that's why when I turn on my turn signal, it's hyper flashes. So, and with the 2009 truck, they no longer have the flasher module. It's, I don't know, computer run, there's a little speaker in there or something that, so anyway, I'm going to have to get 4 of those diodes. I don't know if I mentioned that in this video or if it was in the last cabinet video, but anyway, I need to get 4 diodes for the flashers so that it'll, whatever it does, so that it won't do that anymore. Passing through Hannibal, Missouri right now. I know I have subscribers that live around this area, Troy area, Elmira. One thing with this truck, just like with the King Ranch when I first got it, you know how somebody will be in front of you and then you give it some pedal to pass them and you look in your rearview mirror to make sure nobody's there and then you go over to your left or whatever to pass. I remember doing that in the King Ranch when I first got it, and I don't know if it's the torque or what it is, but it brought me up on the car in front of me so fast that I almost hit them. It was that different compared to my my DAS, you know, F-150. This one here, you know, it does have, it's tuned or whatever. I don't know. It has a performance, a stock, and there's one for towing. And he said just leave it on performance right now. You get the best mileage, and that's where it is. I'll play around with that when I'm closer to home, and I can push the buttons and you know, I'm closer to home. I'm not 1,000 miles away. And this one here, though, when you give it pedal with the King Ranch, it seems like it's pulling the weight, you know, like it's a heavy truck. This one, it's effortless. It's, I imagine if they were side by side and you were in a race, this one would completely blow the other one out of the water. So again, I have to be careful because it accelerates very fast. Has a Pioneer radio in here, but I think I'm going to switch it out. I don't know, I have any idea how to change the clock on it or anything, which I could figure out, but I would like one with a screen like that that has navigation. So I might, but the truck itself has a pretty decent sound system. It's got subwoofers in the back, which I turned all the way down to 0, and then went on the whatever thing where is it hertz or whatever it is, and went to minus. I don't know. It was too boomy for me. But it does sound good, but I might switch it out and get one that has navigation. Another question that will come up is it bulletproofed? Yes, when they rebuilt it, it's fully bulletproofed, deleted. It's it's got some other extra stuff underneath there. I don't know what it is. I'll have to go in. Like when I have them program the speedometer thing and everything, which will then make this truck shift at the correct time. Because right now when you're driving around 55, it doesn't know what gear it wants to be in. When I'm driving 70, you know, it's fine. This is the first time I'm starting to see a little bit more widespread snow in the fields. I always stop up here at this Flying J. It's the last truck stop here in Missouri. Just about to cross over into Iowa shortly. I still have
turn left onto County Road 187.
I still have 269 miles to E, but I still fill up here because Iowa, depending on which way the GPS takes me, you go through some long stretches where there's nothing.
Take the next right toward Ford Drive, then make a U-turn.
All right, 353 miles to E. 497 miles to home, so I'll have to fill up one more time. I actually have subscribers that live right around this Flying J. Usually every time I go here, they'll comment.
27 north.
Top side of Iowa now. A little bit more snow. A little bit closer to home. We're in Spring Valley, Minnesota. Rochester, Minnesota. I'm gonna stop here and get some fuel, grab something quick for lunch, and then do the end. How long do I have to go? 3 hours and 6 minutes. Skirting around St. Paul right now. 1 hour and 57 minutes left. 83 miles to the farmhouse. You know, when you're driving a new vehicle, it takes a couple hundred miles just to get used to everything, and I'm really happy with it. It goes nice down the road. Like, oh, the steering wheel should go straight. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Okay, everyone. Well, thanks a lot for watching. I finally made it home. I will see you guys on the next video.